The players dream of playing in the Champions League. The fans are always looking forward to watching it because it brings you drama, it brings you entertainment, it brings you joy, it brings you sadness. It is the full package. Whatever it is that you want to see in a football match, you will find it in the Champions League. And this is why we love the Champions League. Let us congratulate the four winners of today because now we have our 16 teams and we will have the draw on Friday. But let us start with the earlier game that played today between Atalanta and Borussia Dortmund. Congratulations to Atalanta. What a comeback. What a comeback. And I'll say this. In a two-legged match, when you are home in the Champions League, you have to make it count. Now, credit to Borussia Dortmund. They had a 2-0 victory over Atalanta at the Signal Iduna Park. Good job, Juventus. Borussia Dortmund. But Atalanta at home, they said, hold on. We need to go out and go out aggressively right from the first minute. And that is what it did. In the first 45 minutes, they had 2 goals. So now the tie was cancelled at that point. They were starting afresh. So coming back in the second half, they knew that they can score against Borussia Dortmund because that was terrible defending by Borussia Dortmund in that first half. So Atalanta was feeling very, very confident. And they had a couple of other chances they were threatening. Now, Borussia Dortmund, to be fair enough, they had very good chances themselves, but they were not just clinical enough. Couple that with the poor defending, there was no way they were going to make it. So on the night, Atalanta had a 4-1 victory over Borussia Dortmund and 4-3 on aggregate. What a comeback, Atalanta. Congratulations. See you in the round of 16. Let us go over to, the 3 other games played at the same time. Obviously, I had to focus on Real Madrid versus Benfica. But I was getting updates from the other games. And because Galatasaray away at Juventus in Turin went to extra time, now I was able to catch the extra time of this game. But let me start at the Santiago Bernabeu. Congratulations to Real Madrid. Hey, we are in the round of 16. I know we are not playing well. Part of our problem has to do with, yes, Alvaro Abaloa. We can put some of our problems on him. We can put some of our problems on the performances of certain players. Yes. But I'll tell you what, injuries have not been kind to us at all. We have almost always key players getting injured. And when they return, as soon as they start to get better, they're getting injured again. So all the players that should be starters, when everyone is healthy, and then we should go on and have a very strong bench, we don't have that luxury because they're always injured. So we are missing key players that should be building understanding, improving performances, and things like that. So we're unable to get very consistent with our performances. That is the problem. Well, you might want to say I'm making excuses, but to be sincere, it is tough. It has been really, really tough for us. All right, but it is what it is. I'm happy. We're in the round of 16. I'm just so fed up with Real Madrid, Manchester City versus Real Madrid. So I just hope we don't get Manchester City. That is all I'm going to say. Let us keep it moving. PSG drew with Monaco 2-2. Monaco was a man down and they were able to get a draw. Like I said, in a two-legged affair in the Champions League, you have to take your business when you're home. For Monaco, they started very well when they were home. Got a 2-0 lead so early in the game, but they couldn't hold on. Now, I think that was where they lost this tie because they allowed PSG to complete a comeback. So, first leg ended 3-2 in favor of PSG. So, PSG won on aggregate 5-4. So, congratulations to PSG. They have made it through. Now, they are the defending champions, but they are also struggling at the same time. All right. Now, talking about when you are home, you have to make it count. Man, you've got to feel for Juve. But Galatasaray made it count when they were home. They had a 5-2 victory against Juventus. So tonight, they lost by 3-2, but on aggregate, they won by 7-5. Now for Juve, I think what it did today is really impressive. It is commendable, and I think the rest of football should be applauding that. When you are a man down in the Champions League, it is very, very difficult to compete. So for them to compete for the entire second half, almost all the way to 30 minutes of extra time, that was really, really impressive. because you don't stop running. They really gave Galatasaray a difficult time, even with a man down. And it was so sad because I saw the miss. I'm not going to blame Winston McKinney, right? Because that extra pass was to just. Jagova has to finish that. I mean, no excuses. Because I believe that extra pass is going to take attention from Galatasaray goalkeeper as well as defenders. So all he needed to do was to place that shot. And I'm going to tell you what, even with my eyes closed, I will convert that chance. And I'm dead serious. You cannot miss that as a professional at that level with your team a man down. And they have fought so hard up to that point in time. Because I want to believe if Juve have gotten the fourth, they might have made it to the round of 16. But anyways, we have to skip the if, the maybes, what could have, would have been. Congratulations to Galatasaray again in the two-legged affairs. Take care of business when you're home, and that is what Galatasaray did. So congratulations to them. We are all set for the draw on Friday. Like I said, I want to see every other matchup, but I'm just tired with Real Madrid versus Manchester City versus Real Madrid for the past 5 seasons. I think it is boring at this point. I mean, of course, not afraid. All right, we are Real Madrid. We are not intimidated by anyone. But I just don't want to see that. That is all I'm saying. Until then, catch you later. Stay blessed and peace out.